Yo, what's going on, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint, back at you with another recent reads. This time we're doing the Batman by Morrison Omnibus Volume 1, so stay tuned. Alright everybody, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and keep this thing spoiler free. This is the Batman by Grant Morrison Omnibus Volume 1. There's going to be 3 volumes to complete this whole thing. Before we talk about the story and my thoughts on it, this had a $75 cover price, collects Batman 655 through 658, 663 through 683, and stories from DC Universe 0 and 52, 30 and 47. Besides Grant Morrison writing this, you had art by Andy Kubert, which was awesome. I liked it, then I didn't like it, and then I liked it again. That's how I'm going to go at you with this. First of all, the first little arc introduces Damian Wayne, Batman and Talia al Ghul's son, into, I guess, Batman canon. I had to wiki this because it feels like it was the first appearance, but I guess the character has been teased or thrown around here or there, but I'm pretty sure this is like the first canon appearance of Damian Wayne. Like that stuff, you know, he's raised by the League of Assassins, he kills people, he's brutal, and he's a handful for Batman, but I like how Batman, he checks him. And you will respect your sensei and all this stuff, and then he listens, so he needed that tough love. So that first arc was dope. He tortures the Robin Tim Drake, you know, Damian becomes Robin, and we see that in this first arc. Then we get this weird novel type of issue, which is like, I don't know, 8 or 10 chapters or something, and it's in a novel format, a lot of reading. And I didn't love it, and it was like overly detailed. Like describing something was like a paragraph to describe like the weather. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of detail. And I wasn't loving it. It was a little bit of a chore. I mean, you're talking a couple pages. But what it does do at the end is kind of explain how Joker differs in each era. You know, like as readers, we chalk it up to, oh, that's Silver Age Joker, that's Golden Age Joker, oh, that's whatever. But this one explains that Joker goes through, like, a rebirth. His character, like, changes, like, in the stories, you know what I'm saying? And he changes his face and disfigures himself and becomes, like, a totally different person. Which Harley Quinn kind of finds out the hard way. He's not really the same Joker that she loved, even though she still loves him. But they almost, like, describe it as, like, an unholy birth or something like that when he goes through this metamorphosis. So that was pretty cool. Then we jump into something I didn't really like, which was the what is this? The International League of Heroes and all these international vigilantes that are like kind of like Batman, but they're not. And it ends up becoming this whole whodunit murder mystery from like one of those old school movies or whatever. And basically, we get introduced to this organization called the Black Glove. Or is it the Black Hand? Yeah, the Black Glove. And the Black Glove is basically pulling strings. Is that a good term? Pulling strings? I don't know. They're definitely behind this whole trying to break Batman at midnight thing that we get introduced to from Harley in that novel type issue. And they basically try to mess with Batman. So a lot of, as you can imagine, Grant Morrison is a high level writer, I would say, right? So there's a lot to explain in reading this story that I'm not going to get into. But bottom line is you have the Black Glove. We don't really know who's running it. We have a lot of flashbacks of Batman dealing with his sanity. I don't really know what happened before this arc, but I get the vibe that Batman was gone for a while. He came back. He locked everybody up in Arkham. City's safe. Streets are safe. And nothing's really going on. They also have flashbacks to Batman wanting to understand the Joker's mentality and the way Joker thinks. And he does so by going into like this isolation chamber, which is supposed to be like a 10-day treatment. He ends up being there for like 49 days. And he basically tries to figure out the Joker. Now he's got this therapist Dr. Hurt. I ain't going to no doctor named Dr. Hurt, first of all. And Dr. Hurt plays a little bit of a hand in this whole thing. Let's see what else is up in here. I don't want to forget. You get those guys. So the Damien stuff's going in the background. You get some Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul stuff. Yeah, the other thing was, it's funny because along with these other Batman, like a Sir Lancelot Batman, you have Gotham PD, who had this Batman program. Like, yo, what do we do if Batman dies? We got to have some backup. And you got these, like, 3 volunteers who, like, are on this hush-hush operation to become Batman. You got this one that looks like Bane. You got this one that looks like kind of a Court of Owls, Talon type Batman. And I forget the other one. So you're dealing with these 3 Batmen. So you got a lot of different versions of Batman in this one. And a version of Batman that Bruce Wayne programmed in his own mind that if it ever hit the fan, he would read these words. It was like En Saba Nur, like Apocalypse's name, but it was something else. Where he basically will become Batman that's not attached to Bruce Wayne. And he basically creates a Batman suit out of like a homeless guy's cart. And he's like this purple, red and yellow Batman that, he's badass though. Don't get it twisted. So it starts, you know, the volume 1 starts like with introducing Damien, introducing this council of heroes and the Black Glove. And then, you know, by the end of the volume, you're dealing with a lot of Joker stuff, which is cool. You basically have this like new type of Joker that comes. Now this is before the New 52, so it looks like almost like what you get in the New 52. And it's Grant Morrison. You deal with a lot of psychosis kind of stuff with Batman. Anyway, let's flip through the pages together. Anything that I missed or, you know, whatever, we'll hopefully recall it when we're flipping through the pages. But overall, it was a quick read. I didn't like some parts in the first kind of like third of the book. But towards like the last 2/3, it was a page turner. I just knocked it out like last night and today. I'm not really sure when the other 2 volumes are coming out. But I'm kind of glad that I knocked this out and got it out the way. Let's flip through it. We'll talk about the rest later. All right, so here is the front of the Dust Jacket, Batman by Grant Morrison, Omnibus Volume 1. Kind of got a weird spine with this like police black and yellow. Here's the back. Let's see what the hardcover looks like. I guess I should show the side of the Dust Jacket there. So the hardcover itself is like same kind of design as the spine, but it's black and white. He has some good covers, especially towards the back. You have a lot of Alex Ross stuff. So you got some Tim Drake, Robin, Dick Grayson, Nightwing. You get a good amount of Batcave stuff here. And I didn't mention, he has like a new love interest. What's her name again? Jet? Something Jet. It's a weird name. In the beginning, we have somebody steals the Man-Bat serum. Oh, Talia al Ghul. And makes an army of Man-Bats. It was Damien's first time in the Batcave. Is that when Batman goes off on him? Yeah. You dishonor your sensei. Damien roughs up Robin, becomes Robin. So here's that thing I was talking about that was like an issue that was like read like a novel. A lot of reading. But it's important that you read it though. I almost started to skip it. But it is important with the Joker stuff to understand his metamorphosis. So here's the stuff with the Bat Cops. But, you know, they give this guy Venom, and of course that doesn't turn out good for anybody. Here's some Black Glove stuff. This is Black Glove when Batman, he only goes to one meeting of those group of heroes, and they all kind of resent him a little bit, like he doesn't take it serious. So this is the second time he's there on this island, and the Black Glove intervenes and destroys their way out, and then starts killing people one by one, and it's kind of like a murder mystery whodunit. Here's your Sir Lancelot Batman. Ross. A lot of this book plays around with the entire history of Batman. You see a lot of flashbacks to his early stuff. This is him dressed up as a... Oh, Jezebel's her name. This is him dressed up, like I said, in the homeless gear. As you can see. But what that is he's basically Batman without any Bruce Wayne holding him back. I'm trying to find the quote of the name that he uses to become that. It's kind of like a reboot in his programming. I'm surprised I don't see it. I feel like he says it for so many times. Alright guys, so that's the review on the Grant Morrison Batman. For the most part, I liked it. You know, like I said, some parts I didn't love, some parts were page turners, but a lot of cool stuff, a lot of great artwork. Did it go over my head? Not really. I mean, it was Morrison, but it wasn't like science stuff. I think the science stuff is the stuff that I struggle with the most. Like I said, this is volume 1. There's going to be 2 more volumes. This kind of ends with Final Crisis starting. So I don't know if those are going to be like heavily tied in with Final Crisis. Shoot, might even double dip with that Final Crisis Omnibus that just came out. Anyway, drop me a like on the way out. Drop me a comment. Did I miss anything? Drop me a line in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more recent reads along with other daily content like statue unboxing and reviews, haul videos, live shows, Comic-Con coverage, and all that good stuff. But most importantly, y'all stay minty. Peace.